Hello, I'm glad you are here. I'm Dr. Kimberly Garver, member of the Department of Radiology at Michigan Medicine. I'm here on behalf of my wonderful colleagues, Dr. Catherine Maturin, an outstanding leader in our department and in the field of radiology, and Dr. Amy Young from the Ross Business School and Center for Positive Organizations at the University of Michigan. We were fortunate to have 3 undergraduate students assist us in this project, which was funded by a grant from the Michigan Medicine Wellness Office. This is a series of 16 10-minute modules based on the seminal book by Dr. Kim Cameron entitled Positively Energizing Leadership. Dr. Kim Cameron is one of the 3 founders of the Center for Positive Organizations, which is trying to change the world of work into a more life-affirming, humane place, while at the same time producing often dramatically higher performance. We have one introductory module that shares the principles of what positive, energizing leadership is and what it can do. The next 15 modules discuss one leadership attribute that was found across many different industries to be empirically validated to improve workplace well-being and performance. The great news is that each of these attributes and behaviors are easily accessible, can be learned, are free, and require no additional staff or resources. Today, we will be discussing the 9th attribute, the ability to solve problems. So let's get started. Positively energizing leaders work continuously to solve problems. Problem solving is seen as a learning opportunity, whereas de-energizing leaders tend to create rather than solve problems. Energizing leaders are always on the lookout for problems so they can be solved even before others know they even exist. They anticipate others' needs and help before being asked, and they take responsibility for generating results. The de-energizing leader only offers resources or information once asked. They fail to consider how today's actions may generate future issues, and they look at teammates' work as separate entities rather than trying to build a more cohesive team or effort. Here's a great video on how to solve wicked problems. Start by making toast. These are the key components on how to make toast. His example of how to solve problems. Get the key people in the room. Make sure to include different perspectives. Make the process visible. Use a whiteboard, posters, stickies. What is really critical is the conversation that occurs among the group members. Realize and appreciate that problem solving has a really messy middle until patterns start to appear. Solving problems in this way helps to create clarity, engagement, and alignment among team leaders and with members. It is important that leaders go to the place where the real work is happening, typically with your frontline employees. Gemba is a Japanese term that stands for and translates to the real place or the actual place where work is performed and value is produced. A Gemba walk is typically performed by leaders with the goal of gathering information, building collaboration, and fostering teamwork. It can help employees and leaders learn things together. Here are 2 different ways of performing a successful Gemba walk. There's a 7-step method where you pick a specific theme that you want to discuss with your team. Or you can simply take a checklist or list of questions, which tends to be more open-ended. But make sure, as a leader, that you are meeting with your frontline people on a regular basis. Many of us are already familiar with the PDA cycle of process improvement. Typically, we've learned this as part of our quality process. It's a 4-step method for carrying out change and is useful as a project planning tool that can help you solve problems in a methodical and continuous way. PDCA stands for plan, do, check, and act or adjust. Notice that this is a continuous cycle that gets reiterated over and over as the elements change. You can use this as a basic structure to approach any problem. Plan is to recognize an opportunity and plan a change. Do is to test the change by carrying out a smaller pilot study. Check review the test, see how it went, analyze the results, and identify what you've learned. And act or adjust is to take action based on what you've learned. What should you keep? What should you change to implement the larger change process? And remember, this gets reiterated over and over again as a continuous process improvement process. SMART goals are another great way to help teams and individuals to get clear on their goals and make progress. When someone on a team or an individual suggests an idea, ask for the SMART steps in order to create more clarity for everyone involved. S stands for specific. What details do you need to include? M stands for measurable. How will you measure success? How will you know if this works? A is for action-oriented. What are the action steps required? Is this achievable? R, is this realistic or reasonable? And T is for time-bound. Make sure you have a specific deadline. Make sure it's timely. These SMART goals can really help teams and individuals reach their goals. Here are some practical tips and tricks to help everyone solve problems. As a leader, round in person on all members of the team and simply ask, how are things going? You'll be surprised what you'll learn. Schedule Gemba rounds to solve more specific problems. Focus on a specific theme. Use SMART goals with your team to make them more concrete. Model using them. And use the PDCA cycle to practice continuous improvement in your work processes. For really wicked problems, gather a team together to make toast. Use movable nodes and systems thinking. Practice active, non-judgmental listening on rounds. Lead with curiosity. Remember to keep notes in meetings or send emails regarding conversations to summarize and help hold people accountable for action steps, including yourself. Create a quality leader and committee and send them to quality training to learn additional lean principles. If you have time, break into small groups to discuss these questions over the next 15 to 20 minutes. Small groups are best kept to 4 to 6 people maximum. Please assign one person in the group to report insights, learn from the group back to the larger group when we return. What did you learn that resonated with you? What did you learn that challenged or surprised you? What suggestion will you implement for yourself? And what suggestion might you implement in your work setting with others? What else did you hear?